Hello friends, James Finnerty here with Rewind Electric. Been a minute since you've got a little face-to-face. Usually you're looking at my hands like this when I'm working on the bench, but I thought today I'd put the camera up here so hopefully you can see a little bit of what's going on here, because I've got a pretty exciting package here to open up today. So what this is it should be a early 70s Celestion T1221 Greenback, which is the G12M 75 hertz 16 ohm Pulsonic cone speaker, and Rolla branded. And I got it from a dealer who assured me he could, let's see if I can get back in here, assured me that he could pack this up like extremely well. I think tight as a drum was his exact wording. And we went over how to properly package a speaker, double boxed, the speaker in a tight fitting box, with that box wrapped in bubble wrap, quality bubble wrap, inside another tight fitting box. And he said, he assured me he could do tight as a drum and that it was in perfect condition. And so that's what we're going to find out. We're going to do a little unboxing on the camera just in case there is something wrong with it, because unfortunately about half of these vintage speakers I've bought over the last few years have arrived damaged, often due to improper packaging, because you can count on improper handling and shipping. So the responsibility really lies on the shipper to pack it well. You can't blame the shippers, the shipping companies, for kicking the stuff around when we all know that's exactly what they're going to do. Okay, so you got to package it as if it's going to get kicked around and thrown and dropped, because it is. So that said, you know, these speakers were shipped around the world for decades of touring bands getting kicked around, and so they can survive if packed well, perhaps in a 4x12 cabinet. What else? Yeah, so let's open it up. Let's just get right at it. We're going to give it a test. I'll fire up my signal generator while we're waiting here. There we go. This is where my camera usually sits. Just move this arm out of the way. And not going to need two channels. One channel will be sufficient. So I was going to use the power station as an amplifier to test this. I'm just thinking, what's the easiest way to get signal into that? Let's pull that out. Okay, let's bring this down. Okay, I need the line in. There we go, all the way in the top left. Wish I had only remembered that. All I would have to do is pop this in. Okay. And we are already set for a 16 ohm speaker. Do I need to do anything to set this to line? I don't think so. I think it'll do that on its own. Okay. And I could have possibly used a longer cable there. No, you're watching me plow through this, but now that I know where that line is top left corner, I can just plug this in, hopefully without much hassle. you go. There it is. Okay. Okay, so there's my line in. Speaker out is presently going to the Marshall 412 over there. Let's just test it. The Laney clip is plugged into the speaker input on this, but the clip is off and unplugged, so I don't think that should interfere unless the power station really wants me to physically unplug that jack to short something, but let's find out. So there is no line level trim on this. Oh, I thought I heard something. Let's get a signal going. We'll do just 1 volt peak to peak on continuous sine wave. 1 kilohertz is the default, but I always, like something a little lower. And we'll do sweeps. Let's do 800 hertz. I'm going to use the BNC that's got the alligator clips on it, actually. Okay. Okay, so that does work as a source. Turn that off. All right, first things first. Tight as a drum. Well, I wouldn't want to be his drum tech if that's tight as a drum, but it could be worse. All right. Okay, so box in a box wrapped in quality bubble wrap. No, there's some trash. There's some really low quality bubble wrap. Yeah, and then this is loosely thrown in there, but I guess some care was put into making that box to fit tight, so it does feel firm in here. I can appreciate that much. Now, I know I'm being really critical, but that's because, I've had a lot of speakers show up ruined. And when these show up ruined, they're gone forever. Reconing them is worthless. It's gone. The Pulsonic cone's gone in these. That sound is gone forever. When you recone them, they sound, if you use a Heritage Recone kit, which are discontinued now, you can't get them anymore, then the best it's ever going to sound is like a Heritage, so you might as well just buy a Heritage. Okay, this is kind of cool, zip tied to the box. I mean, I'm down. Never seen that before. I've seen some zip tied to each other, which is actually not a good thing. You don't want to do that. People think that protects the cone, and they're right, but then you've got the magnets that want to shift around and the frame of the speaker protruding out from those. Take a hit to the side like that, and the magnets, they both shift. So Okay. I hope this is all focusing. T1221. That's what we want to see. T1221. BEP. I don't know what that is for a date code. 1973 maybe. G12M, 25 watts, 16 ohms, 75 hertz. So far, so good. This is okay. It's got a little splatter on it. We'll clean that up. The spider, if you can see that, is still firmly glued on, which is very nice. A little bit rare. Very nice. And looking for the stamp on the code. There it is. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it is right in there. Hopefully this is on camera. And it says 102/3, which is the 75 hertz cone. That all is good. I'm going to check it for coil rub now, which I'm nervous. So when you move the cone, you want it to move freely. You don't want to hear anything going. So that's the most common problem. Cone's not ripped, it's coil rub. So let's see. Oh, good news. Yes. Okay. Let's just check the resistance of the coil with the multimeter before we hook it up to make sure we're not hooking up a short or an open load. This takes a second. Okay, 12.3 ohms, which is a 16 ohm speaker, because remember, speakers are AC devices. Multimeters, like this one, at least when set as such, are DC devices. So yeah, we're 16 ohms is going to come up a little bit different when you read it with DC versus what a 16 ohms is a reactance measurement. So that's what I'm saying, is it's correct. Okay, I need to get the speaker cable out of the back of my Marshall cab, hooked up to the clip here. And somewhere I have, here we go. No, that's not it. Okay. I'll just use a couple of these. Somewhere I had a 1/4 inch jack with alligator clips on the end. I have one over there, but it's not the one I was looking for. Okay, that's going to stay there just to keep that from moving. Yellow is positive. Green is negative. Got the volume down. Signal generator on. Okay, now let's do some sweeps. Let's go down to 15 hertz up to 25 kilohertz. And let's do 10-second intervals. kilohertz. Let's just go to 100 hertz. Whoops. We're going to focus on the low frequencies, see if we can find any rattle or buzz. And let's see. And give it a little more juice too. Hopefully 4 volts won't overload the fry it and distort it. I don't think it will. See the dust rattling around on it. This little guy has balls on the end, so it's not pokey. I'm going to try and just clear a little bit of this excess dust off the edge of the speaker here. So if that date code is a 1973, as I think it is, that would be the last year for greenbacks. You might find one in 1974. No, I think you're all creambacks by that point. They had graybacks in 73 also. Maybe it's a 72 date code on this. I'll have to look. It doesn't really matter. I mean, it's not early enough that it's 60s and perhaps a 20 watt. We're beyond that. We're in the roller branded 25 watt time frame here, which is where I want to be. Yeah, this guy's great. There's some stuff on my desk rattling a little bit. Okay. I think we're done. Let's shut this down. Let's shut this down. Okay, so, success. Greenback achieved. I'll clean these solder lugs up. And we'll be all set. So, guys, thank you for a little holiday face-to-face here. I hope you have a very happy Thanksgiving with family and friends if possible. And wish you a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year and holiday season coming up as well after that. So thank you again. We'll have some other exciting videos and news for you, I'm sure. In fact, I just know it. So you guys take care.